Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video, we're going over the updated infographic for the Lone Gaze Endless difficulty made by Yaphalla. So credit to them, and guys, check them out. There will be a link to their Discord in the description of this video. Okay, let's begin by talking about Aldo's team. So Aldo's team is going to be free-to-play friendly, only needing Rainier at Mythic Plus. Can be a good option for you if you have Rainier and Sinbad built high enough. Moving on to Shardy's team, this team is good because it doesn't use Rainier. You can try using this team even at a lower ascension of Hugin. However, Hugin might have issues surviving because he's going to be taking the damage from the Lone Gaze boss. And that can be a bit of an issue if he's like at a lower ascension, but maybe his shielding can be enough to keep him alive. But this is another great team and it doesn't use Rainier at Mythic Plus, so definitely a good option as well. So moving on to Jake's team, this is one of my favorite teams and one of my recommended teams from this infographic. If your Freastro is built up to Supreme or Supreme Plus, if he's at a lower level of ascension, you might not be able to get your top score with this team. However, if you have invested Freastro, and I think a lot of free-to-play players do, then Jake's team is a great choice for you. Okay, now the next best option is EBZ's team if you have Harak built. If you have Harak built, most people also have Rainier at Mythic Plus. If you do not have Rainier at Mythic Plus, you can try swapping Rainier for Hugin, for example. That is one thing that comes to mind when you're thinking of a swap. But Rainier, of course, is going to be better in EBZ's team. But EBZ's team is overall going to get around about the same score as you can see compared to Frosty's team. And to take a look at the scores on this infographic, they're always ordered in order of performance. So like the upper left team is the top performer, the bottom right team is the worst performing. But you can see the damage at the bottom of the tile. Basically that this team formation is on. So EBZ's team and Frosty x EBZ's team both have gotten 83 billion damage, but Frosty's version has Hugin rather than Mikola, and I think more people have Mikola built compared to Hugin, and so I would just recommend running EBZ's team. ProEpi's team. ProEpi's team is a great option. Basically, for those free-to-play, or mid-spender level players who have both the Twins built up and also Freastro at Supreme or Supreme Plus, ProEpi's team will most likely be the best option for you. It is the overall top performing budget team. You have, as you can see, the blue-haired twin in the front, Lila pink-haired twin in the back. Main Freastro in front of Shakir. The main Freastro is going to be his normal color. The red shade on the Freastro behind the smoky, that means that is the illusion Freastro, just to interpret these infographics. And this is going to be the positioning. Great team. They say try mirror 2 in the tile here, but don't worry about that. That is just like, honestly, from my experience, mirroring doesn't usually change anything. So I would just stick to this team comp. Now, Milan's team, the thing about Milan's team, even though it is a great score, the problem is, most likely, if you have all of the heroes on Milan's team, you probably also have all of the teams to run Crow's team. Like, the only difference between them is Crow needs a Mythic Plus Rainier, and Milan needs a Supreme Plus Cryonaia. And like, I definitely think if you're even building Cryonaia at this point and you have Freastro, Twins, and Harak, you probably have Rainier at Mythic Plus. You're probably a whale or a heavier spender. So Crow's team is just the overall top performer. So I would not recommend running Milan's team practically for anyone. This is not a situation. So as you can see here, on the stellar bond of Crow's team, it will be Elijah, the blue-haired twin in the back, Lila, pink-haired twin in the front. Freastro, main Freastro and Harak on the stellar bond, Rainier in front of the Harak, and the illusion Freastro, as you can see from this arrow, what it means is you can try placing the illusion Freastro in front of Rainier or in front of the main Freastro. Is doing about equivalent. We don't know which one is better, but I'm just going to stick to how it is here on default and have the illusion in front of Rainier and then the Mikola off to the left. These are the teams from this infographic, and honestly, you're probably going to find your best team out of the ones here. However, there's one other team I have to show you guys. This team is from Raguto, because Raguto is a free-to-play player, and he does team testing of his own. He tried all the different teams in the infographic, and at his Mythic Plus level of Freastro, and like Mythic Plus level of Twins, this was actually the team that did the best for him. He got 61 billion damage with this team, Smokey, Rainier, Sinbad, Sonya, Ludovic, which is And he doesn't, of course, have Paragon upgrades. He does have his Ludovic at plus 15 exclusive equipment, but even if you didn't, I think this would actually be one of the top performing teams out there. It's really an interesting concept because Ludovic deals good HP per second damage, and if he's buffed up by Sonya in the back, he's probably going to be able to take the hits that the boss is going to deal onto him, because the boss will attack your rearmost ally. So I think this is going to be good. With the Blade Summon artifact, we're going to give it a run and see what type of score we can get. But because it got like 61 billion damage for Raguto, I think we're probably going to hit like 66 billion. Maybe even more than that. It is using Sinbad. However, honestly, by now, Sinbad has been a priority for a while. I think most people would have Sinbad built up to Mythic Plus, and then he is usable, even at Mythic Plus. But if you want to replace Sinbad, always try Odie. Like, just swap out Sinbad in the same position for Odie. It would probably work in this comp. I don't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, like, look at Ludovic in the back, tanking that damage. Basically, because you're running Ludovic, he is acting as a tank, so you don't need the Coco on your team. Like, in the infographic, we saw some Coco-oriented teams, but here we can just skip on the Coco and run Ludovic. And yeah, this is better. 65 billion damage. It is better than the infographic team versions. If you have Ludovic, like, even if Ludovic is at plus 10 exclusive equipment, I think this would be the best for you. If you have no Fresto, and all you have is Rainier Mythic Plus, and you can't run Shorty's team, then this team. But this is a good team option. So I'm a fan of it, and thanks to Raguto for sharing it with me. So here's the team formation. This is the overall top team. We're gonna have to do some runs because this does have RNG related to it. So we're gonna need to get that good RNG to get the top score. But that is basically the thing. The other thing, honestly, what I've noticed is because all of these teams on the infographic are from the Yaphalla Discord, which is a growing Discord community, like almost 5,000 members. But it still has a limited free-to-play, like a lower spender base who are sharing their team comps, and I think that is kind of the limitation. It has like for the overall top teams, it will always cover them because it has like all the greatest minds in AFK Journey who cook up comps in it. So like the overall top team is definitely going to be somehow figured out by these players. But the more free-to-play, or like even like completely free-to-play, lower resonating players, we don't have as many of them in the Discord. So there's a 92.8 billion. That was not a good score. That was actually a terrible score. So we're going to have to do a lot of runs, a lot more than I expected. So we can just watch some more runs while I continue to talk about this, because it's important. But basically, what I think it would be nice if you are, like, for example, Raguto or free-to-play players out there who are active and try out Dream On comps, if you would also, like, join Yaphalla and share your comps, probably they will be incorporated into the infographic. And also, I think I should also mention to Jake and stuff that we should try to have a more focus on free-to-play different teams, because it's difficult to get those optimal free-to-play teams if we're not on a free-to-play account, because usually the top chefs, they have like not a free-to-play account, right? I don't know if there's any like top chef mind who is actually on a free-to-play account. Anyway, yeah, this is looking like a really RNG heavy boss. We're gonna have to do a lot of runs to get a good score. This is crazy, actually. Okay, 97.5, not bad. 97.5 billion damage. Okay, guys, we got a new record. We actually blew it out of the park. We got 104 billion. Now our name can be on the infographic because the top of today was from Ants, 103 billion. That is amazing. We did it. Should we take a look at this replay? Do you guys want to see the replay of the overall 104 billion team for Lone Gaze? I didn't think that was possible today. Okay, look at it. Look at it in all of its glory. And we were running exactly how the infographic was showing. We didn't do any mirroring. We didn't move the Fresto illusion. And we got that beautiful score. Okay, I'm super happy. This has been a productive video. But yeah. Yeah, basically why I was talking about like the Yaphalla and all of that is that I really appreciate the work they're doing for the community with these infographics and coming up with the comms. And I think this is basically the Discord to be a part of, to continue to be able to contribute to the community and share, especially if you are like a free-to-play player who does Dream Realm testing, then you can come up with some crazy comps. Like in a lot of my videos, I do get my certain team formations from Analytica, but certain ones from Yaphalla as well. And so yeah, people come up with some crazy things depending on their specific account. Anyway, guys, that is going to be overall the top team of today and all of the top teams you can run. Hopefully, this was a helpful video. If there's any other team that worked for you, feel free to share it in the comment section. But thank you guys for watching. Good luck getting a top score on the Lone Gaze Boss. If you guys are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button. We're on our road to 20,000 subscribers. Let's hit it before the end of the season. Also, guys, check out Yaphalla Discord, of course, for the great infographic. And check out my AFK Journey Discord server to chat with me more about anything related to AFK Journey. But thank you guys for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.